On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open, and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go, as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Houston Texans. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25.
Ready?
Delson in motion. Singletary to get the drive started. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Well, this defense for the Buccaneers, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Rig alert! Rig alert! Dragon 60! Ready?
Stroud sets up the play action. That one complete. It's tanked down. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down.
Ready, ready! 70, Timberwolf!
Delson in motion. Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. The Texans at 0-7, winless to start the year. And they come in wondering what on earth is going on here.
And, Brandon, I reflect back to one time we had one of those deep philosophical talks about getting up every day and going to work and the whole deal. Can you imagine what it's like for this team? Every morning they wake up. They haven't won a game yet. How do they figure their way out of this one? How do they play well enough to get at least one win before this season is over?
Stroud off the play fake. He finds his man complete. That's back. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game. But in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5. Now Stroud. That is caught. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 35. Texans passing game in rhythm right now, picking up another first. Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. That's to the veteran. It's Robert Woods. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line. And the pocket's been protected pretty good here so far on the opening drive.
We always talk about confidence in runners and catchers and quarterbacks. How about the protection detail? They're not allowing anyone near the guy throwing the football.
Ball on the 27. Here's 2nd and 2.
70.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it, and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions, can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. You look at the defense for these Texans. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you have to say that they've underachieved.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I want to see more than trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. It's a pickup of 6, but it's not going to be enough. And the punt team's going to be summoned on 4th down. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. And now the Texans are going to stop it as they signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. A 4th down. Here's Jake Camarda on to punt for the Bucs. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10.
Okay,
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their 2nd possession.
Yeah, and one great way to judge a defense, how do they handle what we call sudden change? When all of a sudden, you know, it goes against their offense and have to run out in the field and try and put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
From the 20, here's the 2nd and 8. The 2nd down throw now from Stroud. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
This now a 3rd and 4. Stroud out of the gun here. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea with a big-time sack on 3rd down. It's a loss of 7. On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. That's taken it around the 40. 39 yards on the punt. Give him just 1 yard on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And, you know, it's certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number one goal? Make the playoffs. Number two, win your division. Number three, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number one seed so you get that first round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
You look at the defense for these Texans. They're just below the cut line for top half of the league, 17th in the NFL against the run.
I always think back to what my defensive coordinator in college used to tell me. Playing against the run is 11 individual battles, man on man, and are you going to win that battle? Are you going to whip the guy across from you and get to the ball carrier, wrap him up, and put him on the ground? Because the one thing he absolutely detested was yards after contact. Tackle him, put him down on the spot.
It's caught inside the 25. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. We're scoreless after one. Second quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
Let's go. Ready.
Hands it off out of the gun. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Check smash, check smash. 60 Vikings, 6 Buffalo 18. Trap 60, trap 60.
Now Cunningham. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the Buccaneers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
Well, looks like they'll move things around here. That's completed right side to Palmer. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
Let's go now.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. And they'll run again. And this time he'll run into a wall right at the 4-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They'll try and run for it. And he's not even going to get past the line of scrimmage. Brought down right at the 4. The run on 4th and goal from the 4 is stopped short. And this Texans defense comes up with a goal line stand. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. 23 yards on the play. Delson in motion. 1st and 10. It's Stroud. That's complete to Dell. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Singletary, they'll go up the middle. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He may go. Touchdown, Houston. Devin Singletary, his first touchdown on the year. And the Texans post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the 2nd quarter.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll wind up getting a couple extra yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
2nd and 10.
Warriors 70 range, Mustang 19.
Here's Cunningham. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a 1st down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Taken down at the 42.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. Oh, one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
They may have the edge on the scoreboard, but that hasn't made them passive, has it? I mean, they dialed up a pretty good run blitz there. And Brandon, you know that all blitzes aren't just designed to get to the quarterback in the passer. Sometimes you're just trying to take away every gap, every hole that might be created in the running game, and they did it to perfection and caused a fumble there.
Took away the gaps, took away the holes, took away the football.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
Stroud to throw it. John Mechie. So they hit pay dirt, but don't count it yet. There's laundry on the field. We'll see what the penalty flag is about. Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
Let's go now. Curve 19, 18, Rattler, 18, Rattler.
play action. Here's Stroud. Looking deep here from Mechie. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Stroud here on third and long. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Stroud working out of the gun. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Well, it turns out it's not their offense who gets him on the board first, CD. It's the defense coming through right there with a pick 6.
And I know from experience throughout the week when you go against the offense, you're challenging them all the time. You're letting them know, hey, don't worry about scoring this week. We'll take care of it. We'll get a few pick 6s and score ourselves. You're just kidding? But how about what he just did right there? Laid it out for the rest of the game. We scored. Hey, offense, can you keep up with us?
And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Stroud coming right back after the pick 6. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Following the incomplete pass, here they go again. 2nd and 10 from the 25. Stroud looking to throw. Flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Here's 3rd and 9. Stroud on 3rd down now. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Call that a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score.
And we will not see a return to start the half, as this will be a touchback.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, the first half very even. I mean, really in all facets. This ball game tied, Charles. So as we start the third quarter, curious to see what the second half brings us.
Certainly am. I'm with you on that one. And we all know a lot of coaches from the NFL all the way down to the Pee-wee level. They love to spin it to their teams. Hey, we're starting a brand new, shorter ball game. It's all even. Let's go out and seize it. This is ours.
On second down, here's Cunningham. And his throw here's incomplete.
A couple of quick incompletions, and now they're just one more away from getting off the field. They've got options now. Could they dial up a blitz here? Or just drop everyone into coverage to crowd the throwing lanes?
Now Cunningham.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on third.
Well, they obviously red man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he goes across midfield and down into Houston territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. And now they're in the hurry-up.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
Cunningham. And this heads straight to the sideline. I don't think they're going to let him get away with that. Nope, they won't. Here comes the flag.
We saw it, too. Nobody in the vicinity of that throw, and that earns him the penalty.
Yeah, you got to at least get it close enough to one of your own guys in order to dodge the penalty.
So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call.
70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Cunningham looking to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that. So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out. And he is going to need to bomb this one. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through.
Well, Charles, the NFL record is 66 yards. That was 5 shy of that, but only a handful of guys have ever connected from 61 or deeper, and he can add his name to the list.
Yeah, more and more guys are trying it. That doesn't mean the success rate has gone up. That is a long kick. Guaranteed, when he turns on his phone after the game, a ton of congratulatory texts will be awaiting him.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive.
And they find themselves down on the scoreboard following the field goal a moment ago.
And I think even though they're trailing the game now, I would consider that a win for their defense, and that's probably what they're telling the offense when they get to the bench. Hey, the onus is on you guys now. Get back out there and get us the lead back.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Singletary again.
And he's got it to about the 40.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary.
So that time they get the tight end on the hold.
Normally he's a pretty good run blocker, but this time he just didn't get his arms extended and let go quickly enough. The flag came out as a result.
Stroud.
And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Vita Vea picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And now they're looking for 19 yards here on 3rd down following 2 negative plays.
A shotgun snap to Stroud.
Under pressure, and they got to him again. They bring a man off the corner that time, and he gets home for a loss of 6. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Houston. Fielded just inside the 20. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
Now this game, it has obviously been all about the defense on both sides of the football. Which offense is going to break through here? We'll see if they can do it on this drive.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the 1st time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And they'll give him, taking it right down Broadway. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 23-yard line. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. One back in the backfield. He'll get the carry.
Brought down at the 20. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
2nd and 7 from the 20.
Now a handoff running through the middle. And he's going to be close to a first down as the tackle is made at the Texans' 15-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Now they'll change things up.
Hey, check that. Street.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Derek Stingley picks it, and the Texans are right back in this football game.
We're holding on to the lead at this stage in the 2nd half. Those are the types of plays you really want to try and stay away from.
And when you're a rookie, keeping your focus is something that you still have to work on all the time because there's so many distractions around you between the crowd noise and your coaches and your teammates. But the other part, you've got to learn how to finish. The 2 F's.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
Yaya Diaby
in there to record the 2nd sack of his young NFL career.
This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking him.
Dancing to his left. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. A breakdown defensively there as the scramble is going to set him up with a much more manageable 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Delson in motion.
On 3rd down, they go with Singletary. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Their defense got to stop, force the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Cunningham to throw. That is caught. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 27 yards there on a very nice 3rd down conversion. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 48-yard line. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
109 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Tap the 60, tap the 60. Go, Reed, go. 70, Timberwolves, go.
Now here's a handoff out of the gun.
And they've got it in the red zone now, down at about the 19. A nice job there as he rumbles for 9, and it'll be back to a 3rd and 3.
Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably at the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
So decision time now, because a field goal keeps it a one-score game. What are you thinking?
Well, I'm looking at the down and distance, and that's where the issue comes in. It's not short enough that it's a no-brainer and you go for it. You have to analyze this one. To me, you take the field goal, take the points. I don't think you want to risk coming away with nothing.
And he's going to have the Bucs first down as he gets a little more than he needed. 4 yards to pick up there on 4th and 2. And now an audible here into something else.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
Now the objective there, I mean, yes, the positive gain, that's nice, but work some clock.
Yeah, you're exactly right, but the problem for them is still within a possession, so they can't just sit on it running the ball. They'll have to find a way to throw it effectively as well.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down.
19 Lions, 60 Bobcats, 60 Bobcats.
Looking to throw. Cunningham. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Jalen Petrie picks it off.
And they will score. Pick 6 for the Texans TD.
Well, I mean, both offenses have clearly struggled throughout, so kind of fitting that it's another big defensive play that yields points here in the late going.
Yeah, really, both of these defenses have been up to the task throughout this game, and we haven't seen much in terms of offensive creativity or results. And there, not only does the defense force a turnover, but they have the presence of mind to take it back for 6 points.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And they have to try and move past that pick 6 because now they're dealing with a 4th quarter deficit. And they need this drive to end in points. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
To throw on 2nd down, Cunningham. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a one-score game.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now as to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Hands it off out of the gun.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Now 2nd and 4.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's got to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Now they'll audible to something else.
Back to throw. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been so stingy all game long. No reason to think it's suddenly going to open up now. They took their shot, but this, like many others, falls incomplete.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10.
He'll look to throw.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game.
Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning threw 28.
There he goes, right side.
He may go.
And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. He's turning in a heck of a game. He's creeping up towards 200 yards, a pair of touchdowns now to go along with it.
There's so many things we can talk about in his game because we're seeing it all from him. But I love his vision. He's seeing the holes develop. He's seeing holes develop before they actually open. He's making sure he's getting to the right places, very decisive in his cuts, but his vision has been the key to all these big runs in this game.
And on that last long run, we got a pretty good look at his speed as well.
And there will not be a return here. It's and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Here's 2nd down. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And this is not going to be what they needed. They get a few here, but now 3rd down as the clock runs.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
A big play here. Crowd on their feet. 3rd and 4. From the gun, he'll hand this off. And that play going absolutely nowhere. And now it's 4th down.
They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL. And he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it.
And he's got a first down to the 40-yard line, but the clock runs.
And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left. The type of game that he's having running the football, there was no doubt who they were giving the ball to.
So why didn't they just go ahead and go after him on defense? Right?
Yeah,
if you know, on him. Right? You know he's having that type of a game. Who else would you expect to get the football? I would have taken my chances and sold out defensively to stop him. And if anyone else picks it up, I tip my cap to him.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. 3.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And not much room to operate as they'll get this up only to about the 41.
Well, CD, for the losing side, they had opportunities in this one, but big plays just didn't go their way, especially late, and they have to suffer the L here.
It certainly felt like that takeaway, once it happened, it knocked the wind out of their sails, and they just couldn't get their equilibrium back.
So for the Texans, they finally taste victory for the first time after 7 straight defeats. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they fall to defeat for the 2nd time this season. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.